I'm Robert Taylor from the UK. I'm a lawyer and a writer, and I was FSE president from 2015 to 2019. I'm a comedy writer for television, mainly the BBC, and often for children. At the start of my career, I was involved with a show called Chucklevision, which was a sort of slapstick comedy. And more recently, I've been involved with a program called Monty & Co., which tells the adventures of a hysterical wallaby. One, it would seem that 16 million people in the UK couldn't find an answer to. All the time I was in FSE, the one thing that kept hammering through in meetings was the diversity of the different systems that people were working under in different countries, but how time and time again the problems were the same things were happening over and over again. And the European discussion is essential for that. We need to talk to each other. It's necessary to do it in Europe because that was the only place people would listen to us. I could go to the UK government and talk about authors' rights and they'd have no interest whatsoever, and I think that goes for a lot of other places around Europe. But at least with the EU Commission, you could talk to them and they would listen, they would have some interest in what you had to say. The change is that we now have a European copyright directive that specifically refers to authors' remuneration, and that's the first time that that has happened in a Copyright Act, as far as I know, ever. That it would talk about rights and so on, but it would never actually deal with the fundamental of how do you get money into writers' pockets. I think it's too early to say what the strengths and weaknesses are. We've got it there now and we have to fight like hell to make it work. I know there were people who thought we should have held out for something stronger, but what we were offered was something that we felt that could actually work, that we could get it through, and it was better to get that through. God knows it was difficult enough. There was enough opposition to what was there, and so everyone now just has to really fight like hell to make it work. One thing would be, I would say, is that it would be good to try and solve some of these competition law issues that have really bedeviled so many writers' unions in the time that I was involved in FSE and really prevented them from operating. We're faced with these disruptive platforms, the Netflix, they are throwing money into the industry, but it's not entirely clear to me that the way they operate is going to be favourable to writers, and that even the fantastic fees that they allegedly pay, when you work it all out, are really not that great. So I think dealing with those when we don't have the strength of union like the WGA in America and we lack other forms of protection is going to be something that we really need to deal with. The vision, I think, is more clouded because we face strange groups of enemies, the big tech companies in alliance with our anarchist parties like the pirate parties we saw in the copyright directive. And, they're a pretty strange and powerful bunch of people to be aligned against. People who think that they just want to make as much money out of us as possible, and people who think that they can get everything for nothing. It's hard to get our voices across, so we have to push authors' rights up the agenda and into the public space as much as we can, whenever we can.